Good morning, Facebook and Instagram family. I had to jump on a little bit earlier than I normally do. Got some grandmama duties that I need to get done this morning. But nonetheless, we're still going to bring it business strategies and tips with Lady L. If you have not been to any of my shows or if you have not seen any of my previous shows, please feel free to visit my YouTube channel, Lady Verne, Ladyverne, and you can always go back and check on your notes and follow the system. In the month of April, we laid foundational principles and foundational activities that are extremely recommended that you do for your business. We are kind of continuing that just a little bit into the month of May because it's really so much that you just can't get it all in one time, or even in 1 month. So with that being said, let's go to our question of the day. What type of accounting system should I set up for my business? Some of you may not have even thought about the possibility of doing that. Some of you may say, well, I'll just get an accountant. If you are in a position to do that, I highly, highly recommend it, because all businesses should have on retention a industry-based lawyer and an industry-based accountant that is specific to your industry, because different industries require different types of accounting systems. So that's your first due diligence of research. Find out what are the accountants and lawyers that is in your industry, and you have to do your homework and find out what their track records are. How successful are they? Find out from their websites or on your searches, your Google searches, or whatever platform you use to do your searches, to see what their ratings are. That has been a blessing in technology, to really find out who is doing what in the industry and making sure that they have some good ratings, some success stories, and especially if they have testimonies. Some of the good websites will give you the ability to screen some of their clients. Hopefully they're not pre-screened to say certain thing type of clients. But if you can do your due diligence in searching who has used their services in an unbiased way, I highly recommend you do that, because those are the two people that is going to represent your business on a legal level. So you want to make sure that you have industry-specific lawyers and accountants that you can make a phone call, that you can ask questions, that can handle any legal situations that you come across. But in this particular subject of what we're talking about today, as far as your accounting system, and the reason why you do want to be industry specific, because there's certain tax benefits that certain industries have, that you want to make sure that you are getting the full maximum benefit of your industry. Now, you may find that you're ending up with two types of accountants. You may need a specific tax accountant. You may need an industry tax accountant. If you can find a tax accountant that's really specific to your industry, then you have a win-win. And definitely hold on to them, because they are going to be a tremendous asset to your business or organization. Now, there's two types or bases of accounting. You have cash accounting and you have accrual accounting. We're going to briefly go over both. Well, what is a cash basis accounting? Cash basis refers to a major accounting method that recognizes revenues and expenses at the time cash is received or paid out. This contrasts accrual accounting, which recognizes income at the time the revenue is earned and recorded as expenses, and when liabilities are incurred regardless of when cash is received or paid. In other words, when you're talking about accrual accounting, that's when you're talking about accounts receivables, where you provided services where at a net 30 or whatever terms that you've created for your business and your industry, that services have been rendered and this is when you can expect to be paid. Cash basis, when you give the service, you get paid on the spot. Plain and simple. So we're just going to breeze through that. Now, the cash basis in accounting is the most common method, of course, and it's mostly used by small businesses. So if you are a small business, and especially if you're just starting up, let's face it, you need cash flow so that you can get your business off the ground. So I highly recommend that you confirm that with your accountant that you use a cash basis, meaning when services are rendered, they are paid for. Now, how do I choose the right accounting system? If you're small and mid-sized and you're not where you can get that accountant just yet, so you have to set up a system within your organization or business that you need to operate right now. Okay, what you want to look for, these are just some tips to find either the right software or the right service that you need for your specific industry or enterprise. Consider both your needs and your accounting skills. If you're not good with the books, find somebody who does, please. You cannot afford to not have a sound accounting system. Now that we have the technology that we have, do your research on cloud applications, which are pretty much user-friendly, because that's their whole concept of making it as easy as possible, more efficient. Keep your financial plan or your budget in mind when you are looking for software. You don't need to buy $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 software when you don't have the income for that. My mentor in my Magnet Exchange group, he always says, why are you going to try to hire a manager when you have nothing to manage? Okay, so make sure you have something to manage before you go into the big bucks in looking at accounting software. Pay attention to the add-on features. Some of them may nickel and dime you. Look for something that has a full, concise package where you're not just getting the day-to-day postings, but you're getting the monthly reports, that you can get some weekly analysis, that you can get quarterly reports. So look and see what the packages contain. And if they're add-on features, the advantage to the add-on features is as you grow, you want to have or choose the right software where that software grows with your business. And make the decisions that will help your accountant. For those of you that have an accountant or that has someone that is doing your books and have an accounting background, a strong accounting background, I must add, find out what they're most familiar with, what they're most comfortable with to work with, because this way they can run smooth, you can run smooth. They're able to give you the type of reports that you need that make sense to you, and then they're doing the type of reports that will make sense to your reporting, whether it's federal or state or whatever other type of reporting that you need to do. It's critical also when you're looking at going for funding. People want to see your accounting records. During the pandemic, a reason why a lot of companies did not get funding was because they had no accounting records. They had no statistical data of the people, the number of people that they were servicing during the pandemic, or that they lost the ability to serve during the pandemic, so that they could have been compensated or supplemented until things turned around for them. So this is critical. This is just as critical as your vision, mission, and purpose, making it plain. So again, the best accounting software is predominantly for small businesses or even mid-sized businesses. Do your research. Again, consult your accountant and make sure that that accountant is industry specific to your business. But some of the top ones are FreshBooks, Intuit QuickBooks, Sage Business Cloud Accounting, Account Edge Pro, Wave Accounting, Xero, or Xero, GoDaddy, and Zoho Books. Now, some of you may ask, well, right now I'm too small. I can't do any of that. All I got is an Excel spreadsheet. Okay. Microsoft Office Excel was designed to support accounting functions such as budgeting or financial planning, preparing financial statements, creating balance sheets. It comes with basic spreadsheet functionality and many functions for performing complex mathematical calculations, but it is not a total or genuine representation of actually preparing financial statements and creating balance sheets. You need to know the accounting format for that. So make sure that you are consulting, even if you need to find an association for accountings. Like, for instance, in New Jersey, you have the NJSCPA. So look for your state or maybe your county or maybe a city where there is an organization that is comprised of CPAs, and then they will be able to direct you to the right CPA for your position of business, whether you're brand spanking new, you're just starting up, you've been in the game a little while, or you're blowing it up big. These are organizations that can help you. Also, check out your local Chamber of Commerce. Most Chamber of Commerce has accountants and lawyers in it. So look up your local areas and these organizations and find out who is doing the accounting for your area, for your city, your state, your county, because they will be able to assist you in making sure that you have the right accountant, the right lawyers for your specific industry. With that being said, thank you so much for joining me on Business Strategies and Tips with Lady L. Looking forward to bringing you some more business tips on tomorrow. Join me. Usually my time is 12 noon, but sometime you may have to catch me at 11:30. Sometime you may have to catch me at 12:30. It depends because things are picking up a little bit. But my dedicated to making sure that you have some information, some ground floor information to start you out on, that I will not negate from. And in always, you can go to my YouTube channel, Lady Vern, LadyVerne. You can always pick up on the recordings. Please share this with other fellow colleagues and business owners, potential business owners, and maybe some friends or family that may have said to you in conversation, I really want to start this business. It's just in me. It's burning in me. I just got to get it done. I got to get it started. Send them to my YouTube channel, Lady Vern. You can also go to my website, Success Beyond Strategies. That's success, the word success, the word beyond, but strategies is a little bit different. STRATEGZ.com. Fill out the landing page so that I can follow back up with them or follow back up with you. If there's any questions or concerns that you have, don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can DM me here on my Instagram page, LadyVern57, or you can reach me on my Facebook page, and I will be more than glad to assist you in any way that I can, because it is so critically important that we support one another in making sure that we have strong, profitable, legal businesses that are legitimate, that people can feel comfortable in using. You know, the hit it and quit it kind of businesses. We gotta stop that. That's not business. Those are scams. Those are ripoffs. When people are not concerned, and y'all, those of y'all that have been following me, y'all know my big deal is customer service. Why would you deliberately give poor service with the attitude that, well, I'm the only game in town at this moment. I'm the only one that's in their vicinity. They gotta come to me. No, they don't. People will drive. People will take the ride to get top quality service. You know, my mentor was talking about that just this morning in our class. It's like, come on. What value are you bringing? With every step that we have been going through for these 5 weeks, always ask yourself, what value am I bringing to my ideal client? What value am I bringing to my community? What value am I bringing? Because you want to be known in your community. You want to be known globally. You want to be known locally. You want to be known nationally for what you do, especially if you provide services that you can give to people regardless of our media platforms that we have to use today. So make sure you're giving real, honest, genuine, full value for what you do and for what you provide in the business that you have decided to say to the world, I'm here. Goodbye for now. Have a great day and enjoy your rest of your day. I will see you this time tomorrow. Bye-bye.